So Trump's lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and the DNC and so many other individuals for spreading those false rumors that his campaign was somehow compromised by Russia in the 2016 election, that lawsuit's hit another snag. And that snag is that Hillary Clinton, of course, has filed a motion saying this entire case needs to be dismissed because the statute of limitations, which was only 4 years, by the way, actually expired last October. So on October 29th, 2017 was when these alleged, statements were made. As such, you would have until October 29th, 2021 to file a defamation lawsuit. But Trump didn't file his lawsuit until April of this year. So Hillary Clinton says, hey, guess what? We ran out the clock. There's nothing you can do. So Trump's lawyers last week went to court and they said, all right, sure, it's true. We missed the statute of limitations. But that is only because Donald Trump, I don't know if you know this, but for 4 years, the dude was so busy being the president of the United States that he just didn't have time to file the lawsuit. You can't fault him for that. So, you gotta brush aside the statute of limitations here, is what Donald Trump's legal team is asking this judge, Judge Donald Middlebrooks in Florida. Now, here's the thing. Sure, Donald Trump was president for 4 years, and that probably made it a little more difficult for him to file a lawsuit, or at least it would make it more difficult for him to file the lawsuit if he were the lawyer having to draft the filing. But he's not. You see, all Donald Trump would have had to have done is pick up the phone and call his lawyer and say, I want to sue Hillary Clinton for defamation for saying blah, blah, blah. Get on it. Goodbye. I'm president. Click. That's how that phone call would have gone. Then the lawyer would have gone through and done all the lawyer things. They would have put together the filing. They would have done all that. They would have taken it to Donald Trump, met with him for like an hour, gone through it. He'd sign it. They'd be done. So really, Donald Trump only needed an hour and maybe 2 minutes of his time to make this happen, or at least get the balls rolling. He didn't have to spend every day, all day, doing this, right? It was a phone call, maybe a couple meetings, just to at least get the filing going. They don't have to put together mountains of evidence yet. They just needed to get the thing filed, and they could have done that. And let's not pretend for a second that Donald Trump was super busy the whole time he was president. He played golf an average of every 3.5 days. Not to mention spending the majority of every single day in his so-called executive time, where he would just sit there watching Fox News and eating fast food. You mean to tell me that he couldn't pause Tucker Carlson that he had on the TiVo there and talk to his lawyer for a few minutes about suing Hillary Clinton? Well, that's what his lawyers would have us believe. But you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that Donald Trump was so busy during his presidency that he couldn't file this lawsuit, right? The golf kept him busy, the executive time super busy, COVID, of course, then happened. Okay, let's assume all of that's not a lie. He left office in January of 2021, January 20th, 2021 at noon Eastern, okay? The statute of limitations was October 29th of 2021. So he had to February, to March, to April, to May, to June, to July, to August, to September, to October. He had 9 months and 9 days to file the lawsuit before the statute of limitations hit. So even if we buy your argument that he was too busy being president to file a lawsuit, there was literally nothing stopping him for 9 months and 9 days from getting it filed before the statute of limitations hit. This judge should throw out the lawsuit immediately. And for the record, this is a lawsuit that I've said I kind of wanted Trump to win. Not because I hate Hillary, but because this would absolutely reshape what people say in political campaigns, knowing they could be held liable for defamation if they lie about their opponent. I think that's a good thing. Political campaigns in this country are disgusting. They're filled with lies. and we can't do anything about it. This would have changed that. But still, with this new information, y'all screwed the pooch there. And there's no amount of filing saying, we were just gosh darn busy, that's going to change the fact that you had more than enough time to put this thing together. Hopefully the judge agrees with this and puts this whole thing to rest. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.